Hello again, John here. We're back in the layout file. And the reason we're back is because now that we've gone over partials, we've kind of gone over a little bit of the template language, I thought it'd be appropriate to come back and kind of break down some of the template snippets that we're seeing here, including some of the more novel ones. Kind of wanted to demystify one of our particularly rough template files, and which is the layout file, because the layout file has a lot going on. So let's dive in. First thing is actually, you're probably wondering why this template snippet over here is grayed out. That's because this is a comment, and comments don't actually do anything other than they provide a space for developers to leave behind notes. So whenever we use they're delimited by, they're defined by, if you will, some curly braces, and then opening, closing pair of curly braces, and then the opening part has an exclamation point followed by 2 hyphens. And the closing part is followed by 2 hyphens and a closing curly bracket. So anything between those two is a comment. It's a note. It doesn't actually do anything, but it's very helpful for leaving behind notes to kind of explain things. For instance, we left behind a note here saying these are the meta properties for Facebook. I'm trying to think of the right terms here. Whatever. This is basically the meta properties for Facebook / Twitter cards. We'll just leave it at that. So that's what that's doing. It's a little note. Now, what about these ifs? We're using the word if a lot here. Well, what gives with that? Well, if, in the context of our template language, is essentially it's a conditional template snippet. What do I mean by that? Well, what I'm saying is that, let's see if I'm going to try and find a better example here. Here we go. So this if block, it's conditional, meaning that if something exists, we're going to place it in here. Otherwise, we might place in something else or nothing at all. So in the case of this particular template snippet, we have this opening if block, if layout : OG image. And what we're saying here is basically if the layout contains a particular value, OG image, if it contains this value, then go ahead and place it here. If else means, okay, if it doesn't have an OG image value, what's our backup? And in this particular case, what we're doing is we're using a template variable, site URL. So template variables we haven't gone over yet, but they're pretty simple. Site URL is just simply a one-line value. It's literally the URL for the site, so housingnm.org. So we're going to grab the housingnm.org URL, block it in here, followed by images / logo.png if the OG image doesn't exist. I feel kind of silly saying that OG image, but that's what these blocks here. That's what this part of the template language is doing. It's a conditional, meaning that if something exists, we're going to place it in here. Otherwise, we're going to fall back to a default, but only if this if else is present. I'm not explaining it very well, and that's because there's a lot more to it. So this final minute, I just want to turn your attention to the official documentation for the Expression Engine developer template language. Everything you ever want to know about the template language is at docs.expressionengine.com, and then this remainder over here. So everything you want to learn about the template language, including conditionals, can be found here. For this video series, however, there's so much to go over, so many things that for you to watch all of it, it would get pretty exhausting. So we're going to defer to the official Expression Engine documentation for the rest, because you don't want to watch that many videos. I don't think. If you do, let me know. But we're probably going to cut off here. And next video, we'll go over something.